What's doing, guys? As you guys know, I am what some may refer to as a spicy content creator.
Yes, spicy!
And I've been on YouTube for like the longest time. So I have been out there, putting myself out there for a really long time. I have, in that long period of time, perhaps earned myself the title of being one of the most disliked people on television and on the internet. You guys watching might perhaps like me. You might hate watch me.
Hate, 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 hate!
You might cringe when you watch me. But let's face it, guys. There are simply a lot of people out there who just don't like me very much. And that's really, really evident based on the comments that I get. Go on to any kind of forum online, go into any blog page that writes about me, and you'll see that most of the things being written about me are skewed towards the negative.
But it's provocative. It gets the people going.
It's more geared towards like, oh, she sucks. I can't believe someone can do that. Oh yeah, she's awful. Her. And I think that that's okay. I spark debate and dissent, and in a small portion, maybe like 30% of the population, I spark intrigue and laughter and curiosity, and those are the people that follow me and enjoy me. That's fine with me. I am at peace with that.
Totally zen.
After all of these years, and I have no desire to be like super well liked by like millions of people. Thank God I'm no longer like that. But you know, if you are looking to be a content creator, if you are a content creator, any type of content creator you may be, but especially if you are the kind that I am, if you're watching this, or just if you're a human being in general, this video is gonna tell you how to protect yourself, and it's gonna let you know how I survived being one of the most hated people on the internet. Let's get right into it. First thing you're gonna wanna know who you are. And the hardest part of this for me when I was starting out on the internet was I really didn't know who I was. I had such an identity crisis. Every single day online, I had people judging me, bashing me, telling me that I was a clout chaser, telling me that I was fake bisexual, telling me that I was a skank and this and that, and all of that affected and fazed me so much up until the day that I finally figured out who I was, and I no longer allowed people to dictate to me who I was, and that was a great feeling. And it kind of happened later in my life, but it finally no longer affected me what people were saying to me. If you know that the color of the sky is blue, it's not gonna bother you if some stranger in the street is gonna come up to you and tell you that the sky is green. And in that same sense, people on the internet telling me that I'm fake bisexual, it just kind of goes in one ear out the other. I'm just like, okay, well, if you think I'm fake bisexual, that's fantastic, Becky. Why don't you go back to your boring life in wherever the you live and go back to coaching your child's soccer practice, fighting whatever social cause you claim to fight on your Instagram bio, even though you spend most of your time harassing strangers on Instagram.
Never losers. See you never.
Learning who I am and learning my own identity and being super self-assured really helped me not get so fazed and bogged down by all of the hate that I was getting online and being one of the most hated people on the internet. Next thing that helped me exponentially was surrounding myself with true people. Throughout my 20s, my teens, I had very large groups of friends. I had parties all the time at my place. I was always having plans and my phone was always going off. And now it's radio silence, it's crickets, and I am living a drama-free life. I think as you get older, you start weeding out a lot of people in your life, and trust me, it is so much better that way. I really started discovering later in my life that most people, while they're not really bad people, just most people really aren't 100% loyal friends. They're not there for you. They're really there for something that you can offer them. Most people are just selfish, but it's just hard to find people who are really 100%, you know, in a friendship with you because they love you and care for you. It's really easy to find your real friends when you're a sick person. Like, for example, I really found out who my real friends were when I got sick with aplastic anemia. This past year has been really actually rough for me. I've been going through a lot of mental health stuff, and I've been going through some things behind closed doors in my life, and so I've kind of retreated into myself, and I've been super private this year, and I think that's okay. I think that keeping a small circle is super important and a good way to protect yourself. The one thing that's been the biggest thing for me is having a very clear distinction between work life and private life. And knowing that the person that I'm online, the person that I'm on TV is different than the person that exists when the camera stops rolling. People obviously think that I'm this wild, crazy, egomaniacal person on TV. But honestly, I'm pretty quiet and I keep to myself a lot. I'm kind of a hermit, kind of antisocial. I fear socializing with people. I fear people a lot. Especially this year, I'm really scared to open up to people. I don't know, I think I'm super reclusive, and I think that people don't realize that.
Alone at last.
A lot. I'm always like this with people. I definitely keep my relationship life super private for that reason specifically. I would never put my relationship on a television show, ever. That's never going to happen. When people on Twitter and on forums suggest that I'd ever go back on Before the 90 Days or 90 Day Fiance with my new boyfriend, it's literally never going to happen in a million years. Yeah, there needs to be a distinction between your private life and your work life, because the work life is a little bit like a character. Obviously, I put so much of my personality and my sense of humor into what I do online, but it's a little bit of a character. You guys are getting the real Stephanie, but you guys are never gonna get the full Stephanie. The full Stephanie is what my family gets, what my boyfriend gets, and I save that side of me for them. Another thing that I do, I have hobbies and things that enrich my life in good ways, and not just things that make me money or give me clout. That's also super important. For a period of time, I felt like all I was doing was focusing on money, PR, doing interviews, doing shows. Just my whole life became so consumed with that, and it became super unhealthy. I needed more. I needed something that enriched my life in good ways, and that's actually why I started doing YouTube again. And you know, YouTube doesn't make me money. YouTube doesn't get me a lot of views. I just really love doing YouTube. It's a creative outlet for me, and it's something I've been doing for so many years. I just love coming on here and like, I just love it, you know? Like, I love the whole like creative process of it. I love the improv of it. I love the outfits. I love my set. I love my set design. Like, I just love YouTube, you know? It also brings me nostalgia because I've been doing it for so long. So, you know, have a hobby, have something that brings you creative joy.
Just have a good feeling and be happy and in love with life and your world, and
just gives you something fun to do that doesn't make you money and doesn't stress you out. You know, so I think that was also one of the things that really helped protect me and helped make me happy and help my mental health so much, you know, because I knew like for years, like everybody hates me. Everybody calls me a piece of shit online. Nobody on this damn show on Before the 90 Days likes me. You literally, you go on the forums, if you go on any post, there's not a single nice comment. There's gotta be a way to cope with that, right? So this was one of the ways that I coped, is having outlets, is having creative outlets and hobbies and things that you do that bring you happiness. All right, next, don't make it all about the views and the numbers. And this was another another challenge for me, especially because I didn't obviously get the popularity that I anticipated. As a content creator, I think that you always hope that you're gonna reach the millions, and you set such unrealistic expectations for yourself. I think you set yourself up for disaster with that. So if you make it about the numbers, if you make it about the money, you're always going to set yourself up for disappointment. So don't make it about that. Make it about just having fun and making it about the content itself. If you are proud of the content and if you enjoy making the content, then you're never going to be disappointed. So that's one thing that obviously kept me going. And if it was about the numbers all along, I probably would have stopped a long time ago, as you can tell by the views on my channel. And then last but not least, I think that the biggest thing that I preached to myself was knowing that, you know, even if I had my ups and downs, that I was going to have a light at the end of the tunnel. Being a villain on television, being a villain online, being hated online is a really, really comfortable place to be. Because you can only go up from there. I say, you know, second place is a great place to be. Being a villain is a great place to be because there's no place but up. And it's the really popular people who have these horrific falls from grace. They're the ones that are always being watched and scrutinized by fans. But it's always like the villains who kind of have it easy because people eventually go a little easier on them. People don't have the highest expectations of them. I guess once in a while you will surprise people, which I do. I think a lot of people throughout the years have started off really hating me and then have really come around to me. I've had people message me and say, you know, I really didn't like you in the beginning, but I've kind of stuck around and turns out you're not that bad after all. So I get that quite often. Whereas like I feel that sometimes when people are so beloved and so like they just have so much pressure on them to be perfect all the time, and I just don't have that pressure at all. I can just kind of do whatever the f I want to, because you know, everybody hates me anyway, so so I kind of love it. I've made myself nice and cozy in the position of internet's and reality TV's most hated, and I love it. So those are just some of my tips on, you know, how to protect yourself, protect your mental health when you are hated. That's how I have thrived and survived. And I hope it's been inspirational. And I hope that you guys can take something from it, whether you're an influencer, content creator, whatever it may be. And if you like this video, make sure to click the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I hope you check out my socials. They'll be somewhere here on the screen. And make sure to come back tomorrow. I post Monday through Friday. So see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.